welcome back, everyone. We are officially christening the small-time live studio, and our final and most unpredictable guest tonight, we have Tim Rogers. So I'm just going to break down the studio glass or the fourth wall or whatever you want to call it, but we were just having a chat before we went live, and Tim was telling us a story about, I think, was it about auditioning for Puppetry of the Penis? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Emily.
Yeah, so I think it's a story that probably everyone needs to hear at this time of the night.
Bears repeating. Well, it was confluent with, I was in Adelaide till this morning at the Fringe Festival doing a Ponzi little theatre show, and ran into Simon and David, who started Puppetry of the Penis. And we got talking about the audition I did for aforementioned Puppetry of the Penis. It was a great audition. I don't think there's any footage.
Successful audition, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, just being here tonight, a very fecund situation where there's a lot to talk about the creation of art and the like. And in Adelaide last night, being at the Fringe Festival, everywhere you moved, there was someone who was at a show to promote or something to do, and it's all about promotion. Listening to Linda talk before, Linda Basidas, who is my fucking hero in life, let alone music. Being in that situation yesterday at the Fringe Festival, everyone promoting, the greatest promotion of all, as Linda is the greatest example of, is to be interested and to be interesting. And Emily, you know, you and I have known each other for about 2 decades, and it seems that almost rather than presenting your flyer or talking and advertising yourself, is just to remain interested and to keep yearning to be better, and somehow that you're a better artist.
I love that. I think everybody can take something from that.
Maybe. I guess get asked quite a bit about, because I'm 50 now, and the band's done rather well, and we've been through some experiences, and people say, what would you suggest to further your art? And I think we're a perfect example, the band, you and I, and myself, Tim Rogers, of a way not to do it.
In what way?
I'm an alcoholic, I'm a drunk, and I'm a drug addict. And so if someone says, do anything for immediate highs, I'll do it. And having no sense of career development or branding.
So did that alcoholism and addiction come sort of hand in hand with the success and the rock and roll lifestyle, or are they just part of your makeup, or what's the origin story there?
It's interesting because I can see it now with younger people coming up, and even with my bartending now at the Espy and watching kids come in and play, and they when we get talking and they want to talk about, how am I going to get this way, and we're of a different age group, yourself and mine, I think. But when I started, I thought what you did was, to get by, what you did was that you drank with people and you took drugs with people and you hung out with people, and then you'd somehow get into their oeuvre and you'd join their band, and that's what you did. Marketing and selling yourself just wasn't, that was viewed as being anathema to what the ethic was about. And so slinking around and was what you did. I mean, a social profile was just completely unheard of. And again, it was anathema. I'll overuse that word because I just looked it up in the dictionary today. Anathema.
Must use it twice in a sentence. But I'm curious because you said, you flew in from Adelaide today. You're a star of the stage, the screen, radio, theatre, writing.
Yeah, it's fucking good being Tim Rogers.
Yeah, I think Tim Rogers is, lauded and justifiably so. But I am, curious because music obviously came first. Was the diversification of your passions and creativity and success, was that something that came naturally, or did you sort of feel bored of any one thing, or did you feel, that there was a need to kind of try new things and push yourself, or how did you become this man of many, successful talents?
It's a fucking good question, Em. I think mental illness, really, because I was by being stricken to the bedroom, I was forced to sit down and spend a lot of very awful hours just where you need to be by yourself. And I think if anyone's got kids or nephews or nieces who are going through bad times and they feel socially awkward, they stay in your bedroom and just either write, because writing will save us all, literature will save us all, or work with an instrument, or read poetry or whatever. However you can get that through to kids who are awkward is the best, or even kids who are confident. There's nothing better than introducing them to either literature, poetry, songwriting, and good songwriting as a way of, and then you will be a better person, and not as a way to further yourself. I mean, I guess that as we're here tonight, and it's so intoxicating to be around something that's furthering, and but if you get involved in art, I'd like to think that it's not going to be progressive for you as a human or in your career, but it's going to be better for you as a human, and that you're going to treat people differently. If you write a good song in the morning, that afternoon when you go to the bar, whatever time it is, you're going to be better. You're going to feel better, and you're contributive. You're going to not look at your fucking phone. You feel you've done wordplay. Do you do cryptic crosswords at all?
No, sadly. Crosswords, yes, but cryptic, no. I'm quite a literal human.
Why don't you do cryptics?
This is my interview.
It's not, actually.
I'm not sure. I think that I'm probably too simple.
Okay, so cryptic crosswords, and I learned this from my partner at the Hurricane. Everything is in the question.
I like that.
You don't need general information.
Yeah.
Everything is in the question.
I get the sense that we could yarn for hours.
Well, let's do it.
Well, that would suit me, but I'm not sure that
I
there's
don't have any
pizza
money
to
for
go
cocaine,
around.
but...
Well, how about you sing for your supper? Do you want to
All right.
bash one out, so to speak?
Yeah. I may have to bash one out tonight. The missus is working.
Tim Rogers.
This is good old Tim Heavy Heart Rogers, yeah. Old Berlin Chair Rogers. I wrote this song a couple of years ago, and it's been suggested that because the narrative involves a young kid following his father around in the goldfields of Western Australia, that it's somehow self-referential. the fact that I was a kid following my father around as a football umpire in the Goldfields in Western Australia is, nah. Oh, the umpire's boy knows all about language, sent so loosely from every vantage. He knows you're busted and you're blind and your little white maggot as he's running over the halftime hide beneath your jacket. Yeah, the umpire's boy. The umpire's boy knows the 6 times tables. He's got a bag full of tricks and what the game enables. For another lemonade and a sausage roll as thick as your arm, like a blanket from the cold. The umpire's boy. He's got your bag, he's got your boots. Knows when to stay and when to shoot through. Sing a song for the little tag along. Watching all shot in his shorts and thongs. Never more than 20 meters behind. The umpire's barking that glimpse of cadaver. Oh, light up the room like a candelabra. Ah! Depending on the crowd and the decisions of his daddy's either sing along, running from the mad, the umpire's boy. This house is made of glass, this house is made of bricks. This house is made between 2 big white sticks. Before he knew his name, he knew the rules of the game, the dimensions, the dang news of all. Oh, wow. He's got your bag, he's got your boots. Knows when to stay and when to shoot through. Sing along with the little tag along. Watching all shot in his shorts and thongs. Never more than 20 meters behind. You can remember the last days of old Fitzroy, the umpire's boy. Yeah, the umpire's boy. The umpire's boy. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah. Beautiful. So
That's what I do.
it's beautiful. So do you think there'll be a Kangaroos Bulldogs grand final this year?
Not after last week's game. That was a little disappointing.
It wasn't disappointing at all.
It was pretty frustrating. I forgot verses of that song, but you and I have spoken more about football than we have about music. And I was over in Adelaide yesterday, and with the press I had to do with it, they really wanted to talk about football, and it's, I guess it's community, you know.
Absolutely.
That we want to feel part of a
Yep.
community.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like that's exactly what Steve and Liz and Luke and everybody involved in creating Small Time is also trying to cultivate this beautiful community. And I'm not just saying it, but like James, who's just been tireless in, doing the sound, and Ree, and every single person that's been involved in being part of Small Time is just, is hoping to create a community. So we open officially tomorrow. Follow us on socials. Check out the website and everything for upcoming artists, because there's something on every day, and otherwise you can stream it live. But I'm going to stop talking. I reckon we should close out with the fabulous, wonderful, my favourite, Tim Rogers. Thanks again for helping us celebrate Small Time. We're so thrilled to have so many amazing people, and thanks so much for being part of it, Tim.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Em. I mean, you ask me to do anything, I'll say it. You're tireless, and I feel embarrassed whenever we meet, because I feel I don't do anything and you do everything.
Well,
I sort of turn
pull
up
your socks up, mate.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Go on.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Thanks, everyone.
It's, I remember do you want me to play another song or not?
You can chat, you can play, you can puppetry of the
I wanna-
penis size.
Yeah, probably not. I wrote this song fucking in a room in Western Sydney behind the Lansdowne Hotel. Lansdowne Hotel was a big fucking deal to people like us at the time. That was the joint to play, and I started writing this song, and I wanted it to sound like My Bloody Valentine, because when the band started, we wanted to sound like the Hard-Ons. The Hard-Ons were and still are the greatest Australian band of all fucking time. They are relentless and they're enthusiastic and they spread their love everywhere. And so for years, all we wanted to sound like was the Hard-Ons. Which the Western Sydney band wanted to sound like the Hard-Ons. And then I discovered this tuning, which is tuning a guitar to open G, because I'm a big Rolling Stones fan. And I started writing this song, which I wanted to sound like a My Bloody Valentine song. And because I'd heard these chords. And then our tour manager at the time, Ian Underwood, mentioned this artwork, a sculptural artwork called the Berlin Chair. And he said, well, what really struck me was it was kind of this brutalist look at that Berlin Chair. And I thought, well, it kind of sums up the way I'm being in my romantic relationship at the moment. So we started writing this song. If half of what I'm saying's true, would you rub my head, make it all shiny new? Would you drag my coattails down? And I'll be the only cold-ass king around. If you wait, I'll give all my eggs to you. Not eggs. Take a chance to ignore what you're going through. My cold hand is there for you to take. And I'm your Berlin chair. Won't you lean on me till I break? I'll ignore each golden dragon kiss you can give on the blankest face that you'll ever have to forgive. If you see my falling, see my failings through, I'm the rerun that you'll always force yourself to sit through. If you wait, I'll give all my eggs to you. Giving all my eggs to you at the moment. Take a chance to ignore what you're going through. My cold hand is there for you to take. And I'm your Berlin chair. Won't you lean on me till I break? Are you too late? Too late, too late, too late. Vocal exercises weren't a big part of my morning procedure. On the day that the band recorded this, it was weird, man. My hero died that day, and I got a call that day, and my man Goose died, and then we recorded the song that night, and then anyway, so it's all lost in time, which seems entirely appropriate.
Thank you so much, Tim
Hey.
Rogers. Thanks again, everybody.